Hello, folks, and welcome to the last time Eve will ever stream with me ever again.
I hate you so much.
This is Torture is How You Make Friends, People That Ruin Death. And with us today is the Hey Camel.
Hello.
Terry Diamantis.
Hey, everyone.
Bad Comic Reviews.
Hi.
The One Ton Hammer.
Hey, guys. And
the Chaos Eve.
I'm very clever at plotting your demise, Johnny, I promise.
I'm going to go get my life insurance policy updated now.
You better.
So, yeah, for today's, we watched Yearly Departed, which is an Amazon, special as in it belongs in the short bus, but it's a special nonetheless.
It's awesome. I recommend everyone watch it.
Yeah, it's right my top recommended, right under the Ring video.
He's talking about the videotape, not the actual movie.
Yeah.
This definitely goes with the caliber of stand-up that's been out as of late.
See, I actually prefer when it's a bad stand-up to, like, this, because at least the bad stand-up, it's got a different feel to it. Like, you at least feel like they're trying. Like, they're genuinely trying to be funny, and they just suck at it, whereas this, if I didn't know better, I would think this was not intended to be funny whatsoever. Like, it didn't come across as intended to be funny. It was just, this is just lefty politics while talking about last year.
Exactly. Even for a live performance, you get an audience and there's clapper, if nothing else. You don't get that you don't even get that here.
Yeah, exactly. They
definitely clap for themselves and patted themselves on the back the whole time. Oh, it wasn't that funny. Oh, go, girl. You know.
There was a lot of that.
Slay.
So the main premise of this was that they were saying goodbye to the year 2020, funeral style, and all the things that they lost along with 2020. And I gotta say, none of the things that they said they lost are actually fucking lost. So I don't know what they're memorializing, other than just the end of the year.
Well, I think if you're retarded enough to actually give up casual sex because, like, you take social distancing that seriously, then if you are 6 feet away from everybody at every time, then you can't have casual sex anymore. So I get that one.
I don't think it's so much that as that the places that you would go normally to meet people for casual sex, like bars, clubs, and stuff like that, they were closed. So where are you going to go to meet somebody to hook up? You're not.
Walmart.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I think the words that they used were the misleading part. You didn't lose this. You did without it for a while.
Yeah. She admitted to Tiffany Haddish, which I'm told she's a stand-up comedian, and I'm told she's funny.
I disagree on both counts.
I've only ever heard of people talking about her as being funny. I've never actually seen her be funny. And she even mentioned she went looking on Bumble, to hook up with somebody. It's like, so you didn't lose casual sex, you just ended up in a relationship.
Is Bumble the one where the girls have to make the first move, or am I thinking of a different?
Yeah, that's
one.
the one.
I have no idea.
That is the one.
I think so, which is the one reason why I never did it. I'm like, okay, so I'm messaging women myself, so do I get priority, or do they message me? I don't know. How does that work? I was confused.
I would think that would spell the end of any dating app if the women have to make the first move, because as far as I can tell, women really don't want to. Like, that's one of the equality things that they're not really fighting for. It's like, no, I think I'll let the guys take all the risk on that one. I'm quite happy to be the one who's being approached.
There's a biological imperative there.
Exactly.
It's genetic. The sperm swims to the egg. It's how it was done.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the way it is for us now. Guys pursue the girls. That's how it works.
There's a lot of pressure in that too, and if you don't have to do it, why would you?
Even in the LGBT communities, it's not any better. Like I said, I've been on dating apps and stuff, as a trans woman trying to date other women, and I was still having to make the first move. Like, nobody hit on me except for like really butch lesbians, and it's like they're okay. Obviously, you're more masculine than feminine at this point, and that's cool, but I'm not interested in that. So,
that's not entirely true. Jack Gunsky will hit on you. He's not a woman, but you will get hit on. It's just not by the people you want to get hit on by.
Did you get hit on by Coach Red Pill once?
I was going to say.
Yeah, I blocked that out.
I don't blame you.
It's getting hit on by women, I should say. The only women who do any kind of hitting on anyone are the ones who are the butch lesbians, basically. So,
Yeah.
at least in my experience.
I do enjoy a woman who makes the first move, though.
Yeah, occasionally that happens, but it's very rare.
Yeah, it's exceptionally rare. So awful. And all these people were so unlikable. So when they were talking about dating apps, like, well, when somebody meets you, they're not going to want to date you because you're annoying and you're not funny.
So let me try to remember now what all they were saying goodbye to. Was casual sex was the first one. TV cops was the second one.
Jesus
That was so
Christ.
stupid.
Yeah.
Pants.
Pants. Yeah. That was the third one. That was from the lady who brought this to our attention in the first place with her Twitter thread about reading Christopher Hitchens' essay about women not being funny, and boy did she prove it.
She proved it. Yeah, I was going to say.
And if you don't recognize that person, she is the actress on The Marvelous Miss Mabel. Also on Amazon.
Never heard of it.
Also on Amazon.
Yeah, never watched
that
it.
Netflix show.
Amazon.
No, Amazon.
Oh, well, yeah. Whatever it was.
About
I never watched
someone
it.
in the I would guess the World War II era who became a stand-up comic. She is not actually a stand-up comic. She just fakes one on TV.
Okay, she gets a little bit of a pass then, because most of these people were supposed to be comedians, right?
Yeah,
Allegedly.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then the one after her was Natasha Leggero, wasn't it?
No, that was...
What was she? Oh,
Patty,
sorry.
Patty Harrison.
Oh, Patty Harrison. Okay, yeah.
With
She was memorializing rich girl influencers on Instagram.
It didn't even make sense, that one.
Well, I've never been on Instagram, so I know that there are quote unquote influencers. I just don't follow any of those people because I'm not a vapid asshole.
They don't influence you.
No.
Well, Eve nailed it when we were watching it when she said that those people haven't gone anywhere. They're more popular now.
Yeah, because nobody has anywhere to go and they got tons of free time on their hand to look at these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Instagram thing just kind of made me cringe because it's like, why?
Oh, and Enron. Don't forget
She kept
Enron.
saying Enron, and I'm like, why? Who thinks of Enron? Like, Jesus.
First thing came to my mind was Zach. I was like, no, that's Efron.
Well, I would be more impressed if Patty Harrison could tell us why Enron is a thing or was a thing. And I see we got people in the chat already. How's it going, Costin? And Gabby G Wiz is here. Oh, why is your kid in the chat, Johnny?
Because I told him we were going to be here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now I got to go to like PG-13. I've already dropped at least one F-bomb I know of.
Yeah, it's not like he hasn't heard it before.
Okay.
See, I'm going to say fuck that. He shouldn't be watching if he's stuff.
I know that his mom would be really displeased if he knew we were watching, so...
Well, I've already got Eve
don't-
trying to track us down. I don't need your ex trying to find me, too.
Don't tell your mom.
Trying? No, I've already tracked you. I'm just waiting till the stream's over to actually.
But
She's outside your house. Kevin.
who's that knocking at the door?
I'll know she's near when the cats start going crazy and I find a laser pointer pointed at me. Like that's. Here we go.
Speaking of swearing, that was another thing that felt very forced about this. Was everybody was swearing? Like that's funny in itself.
That's true. The swearing didn't come naturally. It was kind of like, let's swear because that's what the cool thing to do is, rather than this is a natural point. Like, you know, when you swear, it's just like part of the sentence. Well, for them, it was like, I'm going to say motherfucker, and it's going to be hilarious.
Exactly.
But yeah, after Patty Harrison, it was Natasha. I don't even remember what Natasha Leggero was memorializing. She was just bitching about her kid.
Yeah, having
That's
kids.
true.
Having kids is really all it was.
Oh. And the only thing I came away with from that was just like, God, I really pity your kid, you know?
Yeah. It did come across to the whole depopulation, like, you know, we've got too many people, so everyone needs to stop having kids. And I find that's kind of a fairly offensive thing to tell people, is like, you don't deserve to continue your, you know, genealogy. I never understood like why people are so tolerant of, oh yeah, you don't have the right, you shouldn't have the right to breed. That seems pretty,
and of course,
pretty nasty thing to say to someone.
the person saying it has a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One that's going to resent this in 20 years.
And I think it's hilarious. You know, you're talking about like, you know, the decision they make, you know, like you're going to the cheap home. I don't think they're going to send them to a home to begin with. They're going to leave that bitch in the middle of the woods somewhere, like right at the cusp of winter.
Yeah.
Just quickly, Mr. Yes, it stands for Torture is How You Make Friends. That's what the title stands for.
Is
So
it
he-
though?
And just so we're clear, this isn't
No.
Eve's first stream. This is her second stream with me.
It is?
Yes.
'Cause I don't remember you torturing me like this before.
Because the first one wasn't a torture. Actually, you showed up for the Christmas extravaganza a couple years ago.
You probably blacked
Oh,
it
that's
out.
right. Because it was just a hangout conversation stream, which I was expecting today. And then you're like, no, we're going to watch something. And I was like, oh, what are we watching? We got to save that for a surprise. Fuck.
And you get to open a Hellraiser puzzle box.
Here, hold this.
Well-
Wait for the stream to push the button.
while reading from the Necronomicon. Yes.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
exactly. Some of the topics just, like you said, they didn't make a lot of sense, but the kid thing really weirded me out because what are people most likely doing right now? They're banging it out.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling a bunch of people in the room with you that are a bunch of childless weirdos about how awful parenting is. Who are you convincing here? This is not the audience. There's probably going to be a lot of COVID babies out of this.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we're a year in. If there's not already a lot of COVID babies, I mean,
Yeah, true.
but yeah,
I wonder if
Oh.
they're born without a sense of taste. The COVID
Ooh.
baby.
Do they come out with the masks on?
you just
That-
see
that
the
would
kid
be-
looking up from breastfeeding. It's like, does this milk taste funny to you?
No, I think you just needed like a 6-foot-long straw attached to the nipple because social distancing.
Gross.
But since we've got your initial thoughts out of the way, and we've kind of given a bit of a synopsis of what we watched, this is the part where we like to play the Price is Right game. I have Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic open right now. And we're going to see, which of you three, because I'm not counting Terry, he's a regular, can get closest to both the tomato meter and the audience score without going over. So first we're going to do the tomato meter. And I'll go from left to right. So Hammer, without going over, what do you think the critics on Rotten Tomatoes gave in the aggregate to Yearly Departed?
Just to clarify, is this the audience or like the series?
This is the critics. This is the tomato meter, the critic score.
Okay,
We'll do the audience score next.
right.
I'll say 76.
76 from Hammer. Eve, how about you?
I was going to say 86.
Eve's gonna go 86. Okay.
I actually had that number in my head before he said 76.
Okay. And what about you, Jack?
I'm going to go 80.
And on the tomato meter, Jack hits it
Terry.
right on the head with an 80.
You forgot.
We
Terry.
got a total of 5. Oh, sorry, Johnny. What are you saying?
I think you forgot Terry.
I said Terry's not included. He's a regular.
Oh, well, okay.
He's been to enough of these things. He knows what's up.
Well, he could have still guessed. But anyway,
I mean, I would have guessed 70, so I wouldn't have won anyway.
But yeah, Jack nailed it. 80% right on the dot. We have 5 total reviews for this, which means that a bunch of critics are like, "Nah, I'm not even watching that bullshit."
I actually thought Eve was going to get this because that seems low to me. Critics are notoriously awful taste. So,
well, here's the funny thing: like for the longest time we've been doing this, because we've been doing this now 3 years, Johnny, on and off,
yeah.
going on 4 at this point. And usually they are like in the 90s. So like if we had Eve on here a couple years ago, she would have probably won, yeah. But it started with the Sarah Cooper one we did with Polly, where they started like the critics are actually starting to tone it down. So
I mean, Nanette got something in the 90s, didn't it? That was like 100 almost.
Nanette was
yeah, it was either
Nanette
it was either 100 or 99. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we move on now to the audience score, the audience rating, which we have 45 user ratings for this one. So 9 times as many. Let's see what you guys get. Hammer.
13.
13% from Hammer. What about you, Eve? What are you thinking?
She's muted.
Oh,
more dog Jack.
Sorry. 19.
so 13 from Hammer, 19 from Eve. Jack?
8.
Closest without going over would be Eve because we have an audience score of 58.
Really?
Wow.
Really?
What?
Which is a lot
Yeah.
higher than.
Than it deserves in any universe whatsoever.
Well, wait, you said there were 45 reviews, right?
There were, yes.
Of those 45, how many people worked on this show?
I'm going to guess half of them, but they don't let you see the audience ratings anymore.
Yeah, because I bet you, like, oh, this guy Phil, he's a key grip. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, you can. So we can go ahead and read some of the audience reviews for this, unless
is
you
the
guys
best
want to go
part.
ahead and go straight to the Amazon reviews, because I gotta say,
Reading the reviews is the best part, so I don't want to miss that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably more entertaining than the actual show was.
that's
It
why
is
we read the
100%.
reviews.
And
Now,
just to give a bit of a comparison to Eve, we did Alana Glazer, The Planet Is Burning with Pat and Tally. That audience score was 9%.
oh yeah, that was the chick from Broad City. Okay,
I'm not even mad that you had me watch it. I'm mad that you didn't warn me this was going to be a.
Well, where's
Mind
the
enough.
fun in that,
Period.
Eve? Where's the fun in that?
To have me mentally prepared to handle that.
See, I would have thought by now, if you get an invitation from Johnny or Camel to a stream that they don't specify the details of, you know it's a torture stream. I thought that was just like
Honey, I've
understood.
literally been on one of the stream of theirs. Like, no offense, but I just don't hang out with y'all that much.
That is
You know,
true.
it's not personal. It's just, we
Yeah.
haven't hung out that much. So I don't know what to expect. I thought we were just going to be on here shooting the shit. And then,
Terry just assumes automatically he's seen enough of these that he just thinks our reputation precedes us. So
oh, it definitely does now.
It should. People should just be like, oh shit, it's those guys.
well, now see if you get an invitation from Johnny, that's a toss up. If you get one from me, it's definitely going to be one of these things because I don't stream.
That's
So-
true. That is true.
Hey, Cynic, how's it going? And Mr. Dax is in the chat, too. How's it going, guys? But no, this is probably the best part of these streams we do is reading what other people who watched it say about it. Now, I usually like to go alternating between like a good review and a bad review, unless it's just completely one-sided. But I'll give you guys the choice. You want to go with a bad review first, or do you want to get a good one to see just how diluted some people are?
Let's do a bad one to soften the blow.
Okay, so We have first on the Rotten Tomatoes from one Kelly S. a half-star review. And it's just one sentence. Possibly the worst movie ever made.
Nice.
And then from another person, half a star. Didn't even bother giving their name. Just said, would give this garbage negative stars if I could.
I like these people.
I'll go ahead and give one of the good ones. This one was a 5-star review, so I want to know what kind of weed they're smoking. They're getting the good shit. But and it says, I don't think that this should be labeled comedy. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they did this because the women are comedian. God, this. Okay, if I'm pointing out how bad your spelling and grammar is, you done fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. And the setting was kind of like a roast. I think it was really good because it was so true with 4 exclamation points.
Oh, God.
Best parts were the 2020 goodbyes from Sarah Silverman to MAGA, Z-Way, I don't even know how to pronounce that last name, to beige Band-Aids. And they're putting the hands up, like clapping emojis. I don't understand emojis. And finally, Rachel Brosnahan on pants! Exclamation point. Also love
Brosno pants joke.
Yeah. It writes itself, Terry. It writes itself. Also loved they called her Natalie. Natasha Leggero's points on being a mom during lockdown. Yolanda P. Either you really hate your kids or your kids really hate you. I'm not sure which.
We can guess.
But you should reevaluate your parenting.
Yeah. I think that kid should be put up for adoption if that's any reflection of how that mother feels about it.
I got a couple top rates for you.
On Amazon or on Rotten Tomatoes?
Through Rotten Tomatoes. I'm going to check to see which one this review goes to.
You're doing the critics ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one comes from Soulsy at the Movies.
Yeah, that's a legit source.
Yeah. The comedy is top notch, and more than ever, we need the laughs.
After watching that, I definitely need some laughs.
And then, let's see. This one is reviewed as a comic death blow to 2020 from Anne Brody for what she said.
I would rearrange the words in that sentence to say it's a 2020 death blow to comedy, but okay.
That's fair.
This one is from Bojan B, another half-star review. It wasn't funny at all. I tried. Waste of money and time. The only thing they put to death was their joke-making skills.
No, I actually forgot that people had to pay for this because,
it's on Amazon.
Yeah, that would make it even worse if I'd paid for it.
To me, it's like when I go for comedy, at least me personally, I don't go for things that remind me of all the stuff that sucked. You know, if something has upset me or sucked about the past year, I'll go to things that have nothing to do with it and have fun in that way. You know, it's to me, it's just like counterintuitive to bring all the stuff up and talk about it again.
I agree. It's depressing to hear a bunch of stuff that you're dealing with all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
It's supposed to be an escape.
Yeah, I want some escapism. I don't want to sit there and be reminded of all the depressing things in my life. I could, deal with that in the real world.
And I know that not everybody deals with their trauma and pain and depression and stuff the same way, but at the same time, I generally think most people like some kind of an escape.
So we have a lot of these reviews are only like a couple of sentences long on Rotten Tomatoes anyway. I haven't looked at Amazon yet. But Alicia M gives it 5 stars. This is the hilarious roasting of the year 2020, abundantly deserved. TKOK, 4.5 stars. Funny, timely, sleek, and technically well made. Like, well produced with technology, not technically like if you say so.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I will give them credit for. They made this during 2020 with social distancing. At the end, after they start rolling the credits, they show you how they shot it because they only had one person in the room at a time. I think they didn't have them all congregated together like they shot it and edited it in such a way that it looked like they were all there. So I'll give them credit for being.
I like that. At least for me, 2020 was no different from any other year. It didn't affect me.
I mean, aside from me having a harder time trying to find work, yeah, it's pretty much been the same. But this one here is a Critic F gives it a half star, and apparently they do feel strongly about this. They say disgusting. By far the worst program Amazon has ever sponsored. Bigoted, politically polarizing, and lacked any sign of comedy. Dump Amazon Prime, purchase all your goods elsewhere, and let Amazon know that their actions airing such crap have consequences.
Oh, jeez.
Or just don't watch that shit ever again. I mean...
Yeah, that seems a bit of an overkill.
Yeah, don't buy anything from Amazon again. Just go to Walmart.com instead. I mean, those are your two options anyway. I mean, what are you doing,
They're
dude?
so reliable.
Stop buying from the biggest one. Buy from the second biggest one.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
You
Let's
look
be
at
honest,
his
Amazon has us all by the balls, just like Google does, and they know we're not going to go anywhere, so they can do whatever they want, and they'll get away with it.
Yeah, if we go to that guy's LinkedIn page, he probably is a manager at Walmart.
Oh. I'm trying to find some because like even the comments on this aren't really all that funny, which is telling you something. Usually the comments are funnier. A lot of these 5 stars are just sycophantic. So
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to get that. Like, there's not much funny you can say about how something is good. It's the negative comments that are actually funny, or have at least the potential to be funny.
well, here's this one. This one's 4.5 stars from Kate V. And I'm only saying like their names because they have the little fake avatar. They don't have an actual like identifying picture or anything with them.
Yeah.
4.5 stars. Women are funny. Black women are funny. White women are funny. This show is, you got it, funny. It was a joy to see these fabulous women making fun of a super shitty year. I even learned about the death of some things I had not even considered before, like wanting more kids and blowing out birthday candles.
Oh, God.
It's the absolute least 2020 owes us. The very, very least. And when the credits roll, after a Christina Aguilera send-off, they show clips of how the piece was put together. Excellent CG work. That's literally the only thing that I will give her, like, yeah, okay, excellent CG work. The rest of this, though, is, like, it makes me think of that, There Are Four Lights episode. That's the only Star Trek reference you're going to get from me, Hammer, sorry.
That's okay.
But,
That's a good one.
But no, I am more convinced than ever that women are not funny. It's just...
Yeah, this just reinforced it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, me and Johnny went into this whole thing saying, like, we know there are funny women. We know there are funny female comedians. Like,
I want to point out, I don't think it's women are not funny. I think it's women in Hollywood and in mainstream pop culture are not funny. Because I know tons and tons of plenty of funny women, hilarious women in real life, but it's just the type of humor that they try to push. It seems like in those situations when it comes to stand-up comedians and things like that, the ones that men just don't give a shit and just talk about whatever they want, women try to pull toe this line when they're stand-up comedians, and it just doesn't work.
I actually think there's a lot of truth behind what Christopher Hitchens was saying. There's just not as much evolutionary pressure on women to become funny, because being funny is how men compensate for not being the biggest or the strongest or being the best provider. They use that humor to bridge the gap where women don't have that same need to be funny the way men do in order to attract a mate.
Let's run a little experiment. We have 6 people here. We'll give you guys all 10 seconds. You can all ring in as you see fit for 10 seconds. Name 5 funny women. Go.
Kathleen Madigan, Maria Bamford.
Nope.
Yeah, you don't like either one of those?
Nope.
I mean, I do. So,
Well, the problem is that's going to be very subjective.
yeah.
Sarah
All right.
Silverman.
So,
Francesca Ramsey, Sarah Silverman.
Lily Singh.
after 10 seconds, we got 2 suggestions. Now,
Yeah.
Deborah
same
Wilson.
10 seconds, name 5 men.
Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock.
Bill
He's
Murray.
dead.
Well, when you say funny, you didn't specify just like
Seinfeld.
I could name women in real life, but I'm not doxing my friends on
Right, yeah. Which I think this kind of goes more to your point, E, with like people in the entertainment industry. Yeah, on the whole, women aren't funny. But,
Yeah.
I mean, if we were just, going to leave it to that. Okay, Jack Gunsky makes a good point. The Golden Girls, all of them.
Yeah, the quality of comedians in the 80s and 90s were way better than they are now.
Reba McEntire. That woman
Great
is
singer.
hilarious. Have you seen her sitcom though? She's hilarious.
Her sitcom was pretty good.
She could be pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Did she write for the sitcom though?
Yes, she did.
Oh, I didn't know that. But
It's based off of her life. So just
Maybe
for the
I'm thinking
convenience.
more of stand-up comedian.
right, yeah.
I'm
Now,
thinking
if that's
Robin
what you wanna
Williams,
go with.
Ricky Gervais, that kind of deal.
Well, I would say I don't know that as many female stand-up comedians as I do
Exactly.
male in general, just total. Like,
Yeah.
just
There's
trying
a
to
reason
think
for
of
that.
numbers.
Yeah, Terry said the same thing I just said. There's a reason for that. Women aren't funny. That's why you don't see them.
Joan Rivers was good. Phyllis Diller was good.
And they're both still alive, right?
Point taken.
Well, it
But,
depends. I mean, how do you define alive? They're alive in our hearts.
I know.
I'm definitely not alive.
I think this special really drove home the fact that, in general, I mean, if these are the best that they can bring to the party,
They aren't. They're the wokest they could bring to the party.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem too. It's because there are funny women; they just aren't politically correct.
Now,
They don't have the right politics, so they're not getting
well, and
in these.
the host of the MC of the funeral, she does a podcast with Jessica Williams. If you don't know who that is, she's from the Daily Show before Jon Stewart left.
Is somebody trying to escape your subterranean love den there, Jack? I
No,
hear
it's
pounding.
not
That's
me.
me.
No, that's
That's
Oh,
me banging
okay.
on his wall.
Well,
I'm trying to get
okay.
in the house, but the door's locked and he's barricaded it. Look, I'm getting in, Johnny.
over my dead body.
I'm gonna beat your fucking ass.
I think that's the goal, Johnny.
I have
Only female
my
comedian.
escape tunnel. I can do this.
the only female stand-up comedian that came to my mind after watching this was Isla Schlesinger. It's the only person that came to mind, and you probably never even heard of her.
I have because my
Yeah.
brother introduced me to her, which is weird because he's kind of a lefty, but yeah.
And,
What about
and
Lisa Lampanelli?
Schlesinger. I saw her from Rogan. I saw one of her stand-up specials on Netflix that was okay, but I mean,
made me
she's
laugh.
hit or miss for me. I mean, yeah. Like the one I saw, those
I
War Paint
actually-
or whatever.
Yeah, war paint. Exactly. I actually chuckled. I mean, out loud.
Yeah.
I actually laughed. That passes for me. If you can actually make me laugh out loud, then yeah, I think you're fairly funny. You don't have to. Not every joke has to land, and it doesn't have to be a belly laugh where I can't stand up. But if you can make me laugh a little bit out loud, that qualifies as being a funny person.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
Chelsea
that's why
Handler can be funny, but her stand up sucks. You know, so I mean, it's just maybe I'm being too specific.
the funniest thing I've ever seen Chelsea Handler do is get pissed on. Literally.
That got weird.
She used to be.
Oh,
on
you've
the,
not seen that video, Jack.
Hey, your kink is not my kink.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It wasn't a kink for me. It was apparently somebody recorded Jason Biggs from American Pie fame pissing on her while she was like swinging the ocean or something.
Oh God.
Yeah, I didn't go looking for that. It just appeared on my timeline one day. So, Water
But-
sports is not one of my things, Eve.
But I do think there is a big
You
difference.
can deny it all you want. You just got excited there all of a sudden, talking about Chelsea Handler getting pissed on. It was the best thing I've ever seen.
I said that was the funniest thing. I didn't say it was the best thing.
Yeah, see, that's not what I heard.
Well, I know what I said. What you heard is not my responsibility.
I don't know. I have to side with Eve on this one because I heard that too.
Et
I
tu,
also-
Jack? Et tu?
Yeah, well, it's funny. I can't help it.
Actually,
I got side comedy.
Going back a couple of episodes, Tig Notaro was a good one.
Yeah. I mean,
She ruined
although
it.
that one, I want to know. It's like, do I really think that was funny, or was it just in comparison to all the other shit we had watched beforehand? Because that was a palate cleanser, and
Yeah. I mean, would I compare it to like the likes of Bill Burr and Chappelle? No. But I'm also, if my friends are like, I want to watch something, but I don't want to watch something that I've seen already, I would probably suggest that one.
What about Ellen DeGeneres? Stand-up comedian.
Ellen's funny.
I've never actually sat down and watched her stand up.
She's got a new one out from last year before.
She's a little hit and miss for me, but overall, I think she's okay.
I'm sitting here racking my brain trying to come up with somebody.
Yeah,
I really can't.
that was the one, Terry.
Now, I did learn something interesting here. There was some buffet hate. As a buffet connoisseur, I have to say I was offended by that. I also had the idea that there should be a cop show revolving around midgets.
I'd watch that.
I think everybody would.
Now, like, are they going after like full size people or other midgets?
I'm pretty okay with it either way.
Okay, look, I'm just going to point out that I played Dead by Daylight, and the most recent killer that they added to the game was a set of conjoined twins from France. And one of them is like small and deformed and pops out of the other one's chest.
Yeah.
And like runs after us like a deranged little toddler. So I just imagined that when Jack said having midgets chase down grown people, he just like run and leaps on their head and starts gnawing, and then it's just
Yeah. See, it's like you're reading my mind now.
That's what
See,
I'm picturing.
I was thinking like the black dude from was it Me, Myself, and Irene? Where he's driving around at the beginning of the movie. He's like just whacks Jim Carrey in the knees with a baton. I can imagine that being like a midget cop, just short fuse.
Yeah, well, they get tiny little nightsticks. It'd be cute and adorable. I'd watch the shit out of that. And now I want to watch midget tossing. Dwarf tossing.
So Jack's gonna be watching The Wolf of Wall Street after this.
No. Oh, no, I don't like that movie.
Well, I mean, just that one scene on repeat.
No, they used to do actual dwarf tossing in like Scandinavia.
I think
And they'd get these big burly motherfuckers tossing midgets.
they did
crazy.
do it in Scotland too, but that's something we'd have to ask Tailed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, so
They
I'm gonna
toss
switch
trees over
over.
there.
I'm gonna switch over to the Amazon reviews because a lot of the ones on Rotten Tomatoes were just giving them a tongue bath, and I was getting a little grossed out by it.
Yeah, no one can touch Tony Cox. He's a good one.
This one, 1 star. Sigh, even worse than the year 2020. Just say no. 1 star. Not funny. Unfortunately, even with a great cast and some of my favorites, I couldn't even get through the first episode. Wow, you are dumb. It's only one. It's not an episode. It's
Couldn't get past
special.
the first episode. Brilliant.
Very disappointing, in my opinion, or my honest opinion. The writing was terrible, not funny. Well, I mean, even this idiot could see that this wasn't funny. Couldn't get past the first episode. Wow. I wonder how long they sat there waiting to see, but when season 2 or episode 2 got uploaded.
I don't
It'll
think
be the end of this year.
Well, and what's really funny is like the way Amazon has it is
Yeah, I know. It does say episode 1.
it'll say episode 1, season 1, but that's just how I think it's how their labeling goes. Like if there's an episode 2, typically it's a trailer, but usually they have the trailer set separately. So
You know what kind of upset me about this is that Francesca Ramsey was in the background, and she would probably have been funnier than some of the other people on the
No,
show.
she wouldn't. She wrote this shit.
She wrote that?
she wrote.
She's one of the writers, yeah.
Yeah, she is one of the writers on the thing.
Oh, wow. That's sad. Because at least I don't like her, but she has at least some ability to deliver a line compared to what I saw from these people. They look so stiff. Like they've never read lines before.
And aside from the one actress with the no pants, the rest of them were all stand-up comedians, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
Or maybe the Z-Way one wasn't, but
Oh no, she is one too. Apparently, she's got a comedy, musical comedy album.
well, I was thinking of the host lady, and she just looked really rigid, and like she had never done that before, and it looked very awkward for her.
oh, she's a podcaster. That's what Johnny was talking about. Yeah, that's the one that has a podcast with one of
Jessica
the
Williams.
people from The Daily Show, Jessica Williams.
Stand-up comedians are used to having an audience.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, that too.
yeah, you
So-
kind of got that impression with some of them that they were like waiting for an audience response.
Yeah, and
Just out of
applause.
habit.
Yeah.
But let's see here. This is a 1-star. This one actually, she wrote a whole paragraph. Okay. 1 star. The only way this is funny is if you're watching it high or drunk. I would disagree.
Camels both right now, and he
Alcohol
still
would-
doesn't like it.
Alcohol would not have fixed any of that.
True.
All this would have done was harsh my buzz. No, I'm doing this completely sober, but I can tell you right now, that would have not made it better.
Yeah.
I love comedy because I love to laugh. Who doesn't? But unfortunately, there is absolutely nothing funny about this episode. God, there it is again. Oh my goodness. It was like sitting through an actual funeral or watching wet paint dry. Search for the humor by fast forwarding through the episode to see if there was a little ray of hope. I thought to myself, maybe there's someone who's funny, but to my dismay, there was no one. I don't understand how anyone could sit through this and honestly find it funny. It's absolutely horrible. Please save your time and find something else to watch, like your clothes drying in the dryer. Hey, someone's seen Jack's Laundry Channel.
Yeah, I feel really judged right now.
Hey, man, call up Amazon. Tell them that you've got something that's funnier than Yearly Departed, and maybe we can get you, your own episode.
Dare to dream.
Oh. This person's just a glutton for punishment. They gave it 5 stars. I watched this, then I watched parts of it again.
Oh God.
That's more than once in one night, and yes, I may be hiding from my in-laws. Just go visit your in-laws. They can't be any worse than this, really. But I could have tried to watch Tenet or something, and this was really funny. Really funny. One thing I'm noticing fewer of lately, weird gendered suffixes for certain jobs. I don't think they died this year, but only my in-laws are still using them, right? Oh, this must be Natasha Leggero's husband. That's why he's hiding from his in-laws. That's why he thinks this is hilarious.
Yeah, that is the breeder of the Natasha Leggero baby.
Okay, so this is the top positive review. 5 stars. Social and political commentary, thinly veiled with humor. Very fucking thinly. As you can see, most ratings are either 1 star or 5 stars. Honest review is that this is very tailored to a particular audience, and it is a social commentary. So it's either you really like it or you really don't. I enjoy witty and sarcastic humor, and so I found it to be very entertaining and enjoyable. You are a liar.
Someone's
I'm assuming when they say that they enjoy witty and sarcastic humor, I don't doubt they found this to be entertaining. this is a good show, too, coupled with the fact grammar. God damn it! When I'm pointing out your grammar, you've done fucked up. There should be a comma there. This is a good show too, comma, coupled with the fact that they are bringing to our attention issues that we should still be mindful of as we wrap up the year. Yes, not wearing pants. You should definitely be mindful of that. Get dressed for Jesus, folks.
That's your rules.
These are issues that we should, comma, if possible, find, and I say comma because that's where they put a comma in. Find what is within our control that we can do to help and further better living for us all. Did this make any sense to you? I just read this. It didn't make no sense. Chat? No? Okay.
Well, the only sense that it made is that she needs to go back to elementary school grammar.
Before Scribe comes down on you with a ton of bricks, commas are about punctuation, not grammar.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If they
Phonics.
do not, I don't know what it's called. I just know that they're not using it correctly. Okay. If they do not, I highly suggest that you do not watch this. You will just put yourself in a bad mood. No shit. Otherwise, you are going to have to be very objective. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only, so keep that in mind.
I hate to break it to you, Johnny. I'm in a bad mood now.
And I've already read the top critical review, which is say no.
I'm still not letting you in, Eve.
Do you think that people put a camera on themselves so that they can watch themselves watch this and then watch themselves reacting to it? Because they say it's funny, but if they were to watch a recording of them watching this, they would realize that they never even smiled.
I think the best thing would be to put a camera on them and then have them watching the last Chappelle special,
There you
and
go.
then watch this, and then flip the two reaction videos.
There's just no self-awareness here.
No, there's none.
The funniest part of this special was the old guy getting a coffee.
I noticed
Oh,
that.
he's got coffee now.
There's a guy, and he's white. Wow.
I like this one here. It says, if you want better ratings, then get rid of Sarah Silverman.
Oh,
One
wow.
star.
Isn't it funny the person who was not the stand-up comedian was the one I enjoyed the most?
The no pants lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
At least she flashed me.
well, it was pixelated, but okay,
Something.
yeah. I mean,
She wasn't really naked. She's wearing a body stocking, but
Oh, it
Still,
really
it's
has
something.
number on the list, if that's what you consider a good thing.
considering everything else, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was great. I just saying it was better than everything else.
Gabby, if you're asking if it's blasphemous to wear men's clothing, if that's in regards to the show we watched, no. If it's in regards to my Get Dressed for Jesus comment, I would also say no. That whole Get Dressed for Jesus, that comes from a Christmas day when I was working at a convenience store, and a lady literally walked in at 3 a.m. in her bathrobe and slippers. Christmas day.
You make that sound weird or something.
Well, I mean, it was freezing outside, so I
Technically
figure...
closed.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going out to conduct business, I expect you to be wearing something other than your house coat. Especially if I'm the one that has to take your money.
Is today a weekday? What are you, my boss?
I should have known I would have got resistance from you from this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's more fun when they resist. I mean,
You hear this, chat? There's been more laughter going on here. Again, with any of these that we've done, more laughter going on here than actually watching this shit. So,
Because we're all funnier than these people.
and we're not even trying.
It makes you wonder how they make a living.
Well, I mean, Harvey Weinstein's in jail now, so I'm kind of curious myself.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're woke, so they mean they're allowed to be on TV. That's how they do it.
Yeah, it's sort of like at your corporate jobs, people fail upward. They're like, well, I don't want you in my area anymore. I'm going to promote you to somebody else's area.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, is that Mrs. Hellcat?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Mrs. Hellcat.
Everyone says hi.
I make a point of calling her that because she doesn't like it. So you
Oh, really?
might want to ask Johnny what she prefers to be called if you want to be in her good graces.
She prefers Angel Cat.
And I keep saying that doesn't work.
And no one calls her.
I
She
mean,
prefers what? April
Angel
Cat?
Cat.
Oh, Angel Cat.
but she's
Yeah.
married to Johnny Hellcat, so her surname is now Hellcat. Therefore, she's Mrs. Hellcat. It's just common
Haven't you
sense.
explained the patriarchy to her yet, Johnny?
I would think that she would be a Hell's Angel.
Ah,
Ooh.
there you go.
Ah,
Oh. Stop it.
Okay, I'm done. That was awful, even by my standards, which are pretty low.
Let's see. The average on Metacritic was also 58. The AV Club, the person who wrote for them, gave it a 75. Wow, they gave it a 75, and the first line of it is, "Yearly Departed doesn't necessarily strike comedy gold, but it makes the process of complaining about and bidding goodbye to a particularly tough year a little more tolerable." No, not really.
They know it's like an arbitrary thing created by people, right? It's not like a celestial event every time the calendar ends, right?
I think this person just, they had to write something, and they just, like, okay, this came out, I'll write about it. And it's like, how do I polish this turd, But yeah, man, if you guys have anything else you want to say about this other than Eve threatening grievous bodily harm to me and Johnny.
Oh, it's not a threat, dude. It's a promise.
It's mostly to Johnny. Like, I'll slap you around a little bit, but, Johnny's the one whose life's in danger,
I'm the host. I get the responsibility.
Yeah. Well, you're also the one who invited me, so.
She's just going to make Camel watch.
I'll just make Camel watch.
Leave Johnny alone. Shut up, Camel. You were part of this.
You want to take his place?
I got added to Eve's enemy list for declining Johnny's poll for whether she deserves a good stand-up to cleanse the palate. Like, nope, no mercy. And so he added me to the list.
I didn't promise a good stand-up. I just promised the palate cleanser.
Like I said, I vote titties. Titties are a great palate cleanser.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah.
I know one of the votes is obviously Eve's, but who's the other idiot who voted damn right you do? Come on.
Somebody's voting for Eve to get titties.
We could vote on stuff like that.
Eve's getting titties one way or another,
That was ominous.
Look.
Hey, Eve,
Huh?
check your DMs.
Oh, now he's sending you booby pics.
Well, it was the first thing that popped up on Twitter as soon as she said titties. So I was like, this is kismet.
I am okay with this.
Somebody's mood changed.
Johnny, you're on your own, dude. I'm safe.
Yeah, he totally just sold
Yes,
you
hey.
out, man.
No,
Hey, Camel has sufficiently abated my wrath against him.
I'm gonna find
Johnny, you should follow more porn stars on Twitter, dude. It just saved my life.
Well, okay, so it's bad enough that I follow people who share Shanny for Christ.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Although it's really funny because someone shared one of, I think it was Necrosol actually, shared one of Alex's videos of her, and someone was trying to snoop on my phone, and it was her trying to like lick her chest. And
Gross.
I catch her doing it, and she's just like, oh, like, well, it shows you right, bitch. Get off my phone.
So, what do I watch after this to bring my mood back up again?
Anything you want.
Porn.
My choices are Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, Louis Black, Jerry Seinfeld, and that's it.
Bill Burr.
I have George Carlin.
Which one's the Seinfeld one? Is that his latest stand-up?
If you wait a few hours, you can just watch me stream on Twitch playing games and being a complete moron.
What do you could you play?
Probably Parasite Eve.
Is that the one you showed me?
I don't know. Did I show you? What did I show you?
The PS1 game?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. I haven't even thought about that game in like 20 years.
Well, someone very near and dear to me is it's her favorite game, so I have her sitting in voice chat with me while I sit there and do a playthrough of it. And
Is she just trying to call you a parasite? Is that
And give-
like the subtext?
and give entertaining voices to all of the characters. So, like, the main character, Aya, talks like this. Even though she's, like, half Japanese and lives in New York, she's totally a valley girl. Like, oh my god. Then her partner, Daniel, who's this big burly black dude, looks like a fucking Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon, basically. He talks like a surfer dude, man. Like, holy cow, I can't believe this happened. And then last but not least is the little Japanese dude who barely speaks any English. He talks like Strongbad from freaking Homestar Runner. So, I figured I can't make a racist Asian accent, so let's make it a racist Mexican accent instead. So.
Well, Strongbad is an internet. What's the phrase? Deity of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
He's venerated, so you're totally okay with that.
Exactly, it's fine.
Now I'm going to go watch Strongbad videos.
So,
They
Hammer,
took the site down because Flash is gone.
was
Oh,
that
no, there's
Seinfeld's
one on
newest?
YouTube.
Was that his newest stand-up on Netflix?
No, his newest one is 23 Hours to Kill. The one I have on my computer is I'm Telling You for the Last Time.
Oh, okay. I don't
Which
remember.
is like
I remember that one.
90. It's like 90. It's an old one. It's like 98 or 99 or something like that.
Most of the Steve Burns stuff is good too. You can watch that stuff. That's good.
What Chappelle and what Bill Burr ones you got?
Chappelle is Sticks and Stones, which is a new one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then Bill Burr, I have Emotionally Unavailable, Let It Go, Paper Tiger, You People Are All the Same, and that's it. There's 4.
What's all of the because I like him.
I would say that Paper Tiger is probably his worst one. I mean, it's still good, but I would pick either of the other 3 over that one if I was watching Burr.
The one in black and white is probably his best one.
The one he does about his dog is the best one. It's just hilarious. He talks about it. He gets upset, so his dog gets upset.
I love the one where he's doing the bit about Chris Brown and Rihanna, talking about how there's no reason to hit a woman.
I was
Can we
just going
just
to say
agree that a beating just doesn't come out of nowhere? How come we can't ask questions?
There's no reason. Like I can name 9 off the top of my head right now. 5 maybe if you woke me up from a drunken stupor. It's like you just don't do it.
Now. It's a great. I wonder which one that is. Let me do my Google Fool and see which stand-up special is that.
That's not the one Johnny was talking about, though. That one's in color.
The reason to hit a woman.
That's the one where his wife got the dog, and then he was disappointed, and then it became his best friend.
Yeah. And Jack does make a good point. He says, even Gunsky. Sorry, I keep forgetting we have the other one on stream.
That's
too.
from You People Are All the Same,
Yeah.
which I have.
Jack Gunsky said that Bill Burr is like pizza. Even bad Bill Burr is still good.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite comedian. I'll be honest with you. That's the reason why I have 4 specials from him, because I like him so much.
one of my personal favorites, not if we're not going to like the Mount Rushmore of comedy that everyone does, like Pryor or Carlin or so on and so forth. I would probably say Dave Chappelle's "Kill 'Em Softly."
Mm-hmm.
I love that one.
Yeah.
I like Gaffigan a lot. I don't like the person because he's super progressive lefty, but his comedy, Hot Pockets, that whole thing is just hilarious.
I've always had a soft spot for Greg Giraldo. He's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Greg Giraldo?
He was known for doing the roast before he died.
I know that guy.
Yeah, great clip of him just ripping into Dennis Leary on a Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn.
And it's really funny because he's always known as being the most underrated stand-up comic, but he's always had work. So it's not like, he was...
He actually was a lawyer before he became a stand-up comedian.
Yes, that's why he's so smart. Like when you see him tearing apart Dennis Leary, he's got a very sort of methodical, like you can see the lawyer brain processing how to rip this guy to shreds. It's really a thing of beauty. It's just Tough Crowd was a good show, but that is the only moment from the entire series that is embedded in my memory. Is like that good.
And yeah, it was just great because you just see Dennis Leary sitting there coasting. He's got his sunglasses on and the leather jacket. Trying to be all cool and shit, and he just coasts right into a buzzsaw. He tries to make fun of Giraldo for having notes and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm a comedian. That's what we do. We make jokes. I came prepared.
If you did your actual writing, you'd still have a show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But no, the whole thing was Dennis was complaining like this guy is like the kid at school that asks for more homework. He's got so many notes. He's like, yeah, I'm a comedian. Like that's what I do. But the whole thing was Dennis Leary like, I just come here and talk bullshit. You're actually like taking this seriously. That was the whole crux of the argument. Is like, what are you doing? Why are you taking this seriously? Because it's my job. He's like, why aren't you?
Why is Kefki pouting in chat?
I'm not sure.
Nobody gives Kefki a hard time. She'll turn her ferret loose on you and be all over.
Oh, she wanted me to do the strong bad again, and she's okay. Kefki, I do the strong bad again just for you, just because I love you. Okay. That's the closest I can get to a male voice anymore, anyway.
Really, you've lost your male voice?
I can't do it anymore. Like the speech and intonation, pitch changes are so embedded now that it's really hard for me to not.
Is that kind of cool?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't have to think about it anymore.
That's the whole point, right?
Yeah. But I did think it was funny when you used to drop to the male voice just to freak people out on Minions.
Yeah. Remember those days.
I can't do it anymore. I can try to drop it down, but it just sounds like me doing a deeper voice.
Well, that's good. I mean, like as Hammer was saying, that's the goal, is what you were trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Not to poke fun at it or anything. Would it be like that guy who was on with Ben Shapiro, or the gal, I should say?
Oh, Zoe Turr. That was her name.
Oh
yeah.
Nasty thing.
And if you guys don't know, that's actually Katie Turr's father.
That's so funny. What Ben does to... Oh, my God, that's so funny. It's not what happened, which was funny.
But just the way he reacted.
But it was his... after that, when he did specials and people asked him about it and he commented on it, his reaction to the whole thing after the fact was funnier than his reaction on point when it happened.
Yeah.
Because Zoe Turr says to him, if you're not careful, I'm going to send you home in an ambulance. And his retort in the videos is, well, ambulances don't take you home.
Yeah. Well, that's an Ed Byrne bit. He's talking about soccer hooligans in the stadium. Like one of the chants was like, "We're going to send you home in an ambulance" or something like that. He's like you don't get sent home in an ambulance. Can you imagine the ambulance driver? Like a hospital? Nah, mate, you don't want to go there. People die there. You want to go home, put your feet up.
Ben Shapiro is funnier than anybody in this special.
Well, I mean,
That-
to be honest, the hospital here has a reputation, so I would rather go home.
Oh, same here. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Ron White as a comedian?
I
He's
enjoy him. Yeah.
They call me tater salad.
He's not my favorite by any means, but he's good. He's not my favorite.
He was my favorite out of the blue collar comedy guys. I do appreciate the zero fucks given attitude he has.
Yeah.
You know, like he's like, old, I'm fat, I'm sitting here on stage smoking a cigar and drinking, you know,
Whiskey.
is he not drinking his number one tequila?
No, it's a
Bill
colored
Engvall.
drink.
There's one joke, and I don't know if it was by Ron White, but it was an American. He's like talking about all the bombings in the Middle East, and he's like, "Why don't you come down and fight like a man?" He's like, "We don't have to. Catch."
That's not Ron White, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember who the comedian was then, but that was one of those jokes that always stuck with me.
I just like Ron White's accent. He's got an accent, but when he really turns it on, it becomes very Southern. It becomes funny just him talking, not even the joke, but just the way he starts talking. You know, he kind of drowns his voice a little bit. When he gets into that tone, it's a funny before he even says what the joke is.
The Smoking Rat brings up a good one. I miss Richard Jenney too, and Robert Schimmel.
Oh, Richard Jenney.
Both of those guys were just hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
And-
who Robert Schimmel is, but Richard Jenney was good.
He was
Robert
amazing.
Schimmel, he had a couple of stand-ups. I think they were just like Comedy Central Presents stuff.
Okay.
I think he had a heart condition. I think that's what finally got him.
I can't find Richard Jenney's stuff anywhere, but he did a special where he was talking about something and he had a blackboard behind him, and he was using it throughout his act.
I had.
Was it?
I have
He would say,
his
"Let's go to the chart," and you turn around and go to the blackboard and say stuff. It was part of his act.
Yeah. If that man had only waited a few more years, dude, if he had seen the rise of the internet and saw how big he could have got, because that's the story I keep hearing is like he wanted to be Jim Carrey, he wanted to be a movie star, you know, TV shows and whatnot, and being a successful stand-up comedian who was killing night after night just wasn't enough for him, and he got depressed and ended it.
Yeah,
And it's like, man, if only you could have seen
but he was in the man,
Netflix.
right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was Jim Carrey's buddy. He was, you know,
Right.
he was the.
And he was good in the movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he didn't take that as a positive step, or
No, he wanted to be Jim Carrey. He wanted to be the guy. He wanted to be the main guy in the movies. He didn't want to be a side character, and that's a shame because he was killing it night after night as a stand-up, and anything I saw him in movie-wise, he was hilarious too. But
Okay,
yeah,
I just looked up Robert Schimmel, and he does look familiar. I still don't know anything about him, but the face definitely rings a bell. It's sort of
the Smoking Rat says he had a couple of HBO specials too. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of as well. he had one joke he was talking about because he had I think a heart attack. I don't know if it was a heart attack or if he just had a heart condition, but the medication I think he was on the like nitroglycerin, you know, medications for his heart, and he was talking about how, like, you know, his wife was going to start withholding it if he didn't start going down on her. Like, oh, if you want it to keep a ticking, you better start licking.
I like that.
what about Sandler?
What about him?
I haven't seen any of his new stuff.
Funny, not funny.
I haven't thought Sandler was funny since the 90s, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, I kind of liked the one he did with Jennifer Aniston, which was Just Go With It. That was okay, but that was mainly because I got to see, like, Jennifer Aniston and Kate Upton in bikinis.
Yeah,
like,
that was
it wasn't
nice.
really anything about Adam Sandler being funny.
Jennifer Aniston was cold too.
I liked Happy Gilmore. I actually liked Wedding Singer, and I actually
Yeah.
didn't mind Click. A lot of people didn't like Click, but I thought it was interesting.
I liked Waterboy.
I didn't like Waterboy.
I like Mr. Deeds.
I didn't even watch that one.
I think Mr. Deeds is probably the funniest one.
But of the ones I've seen, Billy Madison was okay. Happy Gilmore was good. Wedding Singer I really liked, and Click was pretty good as well.
Yeah. I like Click more for Christopher Walken and Kate Beckinsale, but I mean, that was still a good movie. I mean, you could put anybody else in that movie, and it would still have been funny without Adam Sandler.
That is a fair point.
And
But yeah,
and all I can say about Click is old Kate Beckinsale is still hot as hell. Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
Kate wears clothes really well, but I've seen her topless, and
I've seen worse.
she wears clothes really well. She looks sexy. She's got a great body, but it's one of those actresses who looks great in clothes, but not so great out of them.
My chances.
So I got a question. What do you guys think about
She's
Amanda?
beautiful though.
What do you guys think about Amanda Peet?
she's all right. We're talking just looks or like
She got a nice set.
acting.
Looks.
Yeah, she's all right.
She got a nice set. She's pretty enough. She's funny. She
She's
was on the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, and she was hilarious on that. It's just a talk show, and Craig's a pretty funny guy himself. But you watch it. It's one of those episodes of Craig Ferguson you run across once in a while, where at the end, when it's over, you're massaging your cheeks because you're smiling the entire time. She's just adorable. She's bubbly and
I thought she was cute when I saw her in Saving Silverman.
Yeah.
And then I saw her in The Next 6 Minutes, and she was topless in that, and it all went out the
next
window.
6 minutes. You mean the 9 yards? What was it?
The whole nine
The whole
yards.
9 yards. That's
Whole
right.
9 yards.
Yeah.
Next 6 minutes is a YouTuber.
Yeah,
I'm sure he would not
we're aware
complain
of we're aware of the sixes. That's my ringtone.
No, I mean, in the stuff I've seen her in, she's been fairly a fairly good actress and whatnot. I've not seen any of her like doing interviews or stuff like that to know what kind of a person she is, if she's funny or not. But I'll take your word for it, Hammer.
Why does she remind me of who was the girl in the movie with Clint Eastwood where she was a female boxer who got paralyzed?
Hilary
at the end?
Swank.
Why do those two remind me of each other? They look kind of
Neck.
similar to me. Is it the neck?
Yeah, it's the neck and jawline. They look very similar in that regard.
Yeah.
Get next.
Hilary Swank reminds me of somebody else, not Amanda Peet. Though.
I would have boned Hilary Swank, I admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I saw her in The Next Crackhead, I was like, yeah, I'd hit that. And then when I saw her in $1 Million
I have that
Baby,
movie.
I was like, yeah, I'd hit that.
I have both those movies.
I've
Yeah,
got
probably
the
almost every
book
movie
for $1
on
Million
there.
Baby somewhere.
Which
Yeah, that was the movie. I couldn't think of it.
I'm saying Hammer has probably every movie ever made, so
No, I have a lot of movies, but I kind of like talking about movies because somebody will mention a movie I don't have, and I think to myself, I want that movie. So I like talking about movies. That's why I like hanging out with Scribe because he is the master of all movies.
Oh, that's not nice, Grilling Pirate Pete.
You know, I thought that was movie buff until I met Jack. No, no longer. Like,
Jack, you go with movies too?
I like movies.
Yeah.
I own Birdemic.
that's
Okay.
not something to brag about, Jack.
Oh,
Okay.
you're wrong. It's a classic. Cinema classic.
if I
Birdemic-
if I had met Jack like 15 years earlier, like he could have got me some major money just by watching like those what was it? Those movies like Sorority Succubus Sisters or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Sorority Babes at the Slime Bowl Bolorama is one of my favorite movies.
Can you go toe to toe with Scribe?
I don't know. Scribe doesn't really talk movies with me because he doesn't really talk to me.
Okay.
Oh, Jack's here. Great.
I know that Scribe is my. I know that he's my superior when it comes to movies. I mean, I have a lot of movies, but
Jack
he
the
knows
Talker.
a lot of movies.
I did pass on one of Jack's movie recommendations to a guy when I was at a store the other day that had a discount DVD rack. and he
Wow.
pulled out something that was I don't even remember what he grabbed up. I was like, well, if you're interested in that, I got a buddy who can't recommend Thanksgiving enough, so
Oh,
check it
that's
out.
a fucking classic. See, I know bad movies. I like B movies and the occasional A-list movie. So yeah, Thanksgiving, I own both of those. I bought the collector set.
I made all of my Discord watch Rock and Rolla last night. So
Nice.
I got you all beat. Suburban Sasquatch.
You know, I keep hearing you and Polly both talk about that one. I still haven't got to see it yet.
because him and Polly are the ones who made us watch it.
It's a fun movie,
So
but
awful.
I have to admit that I liked Sex Squatch better.
Oh,
Sasquatch.
I'm afraid to even Google that, Jack.
No.
The FBI will be knocking on your door before you finish hitting the keystrokes.
That and Mulva Zombie Ass Kicker, which got released by Troma. Those were fun movies. Hell Asylum. There's a lot of great underrated.
Real movie.
No, there was one I watched with my stepson, and I don't remember what it was called offhand, but I know that it involved a snowman murdering a girl in the shower.
Jack Frost.
Is that Jack Frost?
Yeah, there's two versions of Jack Frost. One is Michael Keaton as a delightful snowman, and the other one is a murderous snowman that kills a chick in the shower. Don't get them confused because people get really upset.
Oh my god, Jack, this looks really bad.
Really awesome, you mean?
I have Jack Frost, the 1998 Keaton version.
No,
Oh,
the
get the
Sex
other one.
Squatch movie.
The Sex Squatch? Yeah, it's fun. It's
It looks
delightful.
really bad.
I did a search on my computer for the word Jack. So I have Jack Reacher, Jack Ryan, The Jacket, The Jack Bull, Free Jack, Jack and the Cuckoo Clock Heart, Jumpin' Jack Flash, Full Metal Jacket, and Jack Frost.
And they made a sequel.
Yeah, Sex Squatch too. Yeah. I've got that one.
Isn't it funny
Come
that
back quicker.
even with my safe search off, when I look up Sex Squash, all the images are blurred?
That's its problem.
That's a
I feel
sign
very
right there, Johnny.
But anyway, we've been going about almost hour and 17 minutes.
Hour and 15, yeah.
No, we're gonna go all night.
well, I can't because I've got to go play Quiplash with Gunsky.
That is true.
And I need to go to sleep so I can go to work tonight.
Oh damn it, Terry! I told him I was gonna be
So,
I couldn't be on.
Johnny, did you put Jack's Streamlabs or anything in the description?
I have nothing in the description.
Nothing in the description. Oh, well.
I have names. That's it.
Yeah.
Johnny needs a spanking.
Well, Jack has a Streamlabs if you guys want to donate to him. I threw my Cash App in the chat earlier just because I'm out of cigarettes after watching this bullshit. So if you guys are feeling generous to either me or Jack, I could really use some smokes because I'm nicotine deprived at the moment. And I'm sure Jack, needs something.
I like
put that in there.
I'm going to make a recommendation. If you donate to Jack, do it during Monkey in the Morning and make him say something horrible, or come up with a really depressing story about how you got the money to donate to him. He loves both of those.
No.
Yeah, Johnny just put Jack Streamlabs in the chat for you guys if you're feeling generous today. And I guess I'll go ahead and one more time. I'm not expecting anything, but if you guys are feeling generous, I could use another pack of Camels.
Do you
So-
have anything, Eve?
I was just gonna say I don't want your money. I just want you to come follow me on Twitch. So
Well, there you go. Is it just Chaos Eve Twitch?
I
TV?
just
There you
made
go. Yep.
in chat. Or I do have one other thing.
Hammer, anything that you want to shill aside from Minions?
Just you can always find me at the
Yeah.
One Ton Hammer. Just make sure you use the word "the" in there because there's somebody who doesn't have "the" and they are a male porno star, I think.
And then
Definitely make sure you double check that spelling, folks.
Yeah, the One Ton Hammer.
and I just put in Eve's other
Oh, there
stream
it is.
for
There it
Say
is.
No More.
Thank you. I tried to put it in.
Say no more.
Yeah, that's my other channel I do on YouTube every Saturday. We, me and Talita Constantine do a stream together, just hanging out and chilling. Looks like we get to have Johnny on next and torture the ever-loving shit out of him. Because I'm sure
Fair
Tally
enough.
would like some revenge too.
Yeah, yes.
You
that
can
I am aware she would.
Mm-hmm.
make her watch Robo Vampires.
I have
We're
no
gonna do
idea, Sean. Sean has he wonders if Grubhub would deliver smokes. I don't know, but I'm not giving my address to find out. So, like I said, I'm not expecting any money off that. But if you guys want to give me some, so I can get some cigarettes, that's what I'm spending them on.
I should really start.
So-
I should start compiling these and just copying. YouTube has changed so much shit that I just can't keep up with it.
Oh, hi, Lindsay. We're about to leave, actually. So,
Oh, Lindsay and Becca are here.
Yes, Becca's
Hello,
been here.
ladies. Oh, I'm sorry.
Johnny's a good boy. Johnny made me watch that traumatic ass bullshit and then didn't warn me first. If he had warned me, I could have prepared myself. But no, now he's taken all of my emotional and mental energy for the day, and I'm going to have to take my revenge.
Becca's been here for a while. I saw her earlier, but I think Lindsay just got here.
So
suspect-
what time do you guys go on Saturday?
3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. So it'd be like 2
2 p.m. for you.
Okay.
I can show
I-
somebody else.
I-
Not me, though.
I would
9 o'clock tonight, the Matt and Blonde show.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
That's where
9
I'm
p.m.
gonna be.
Eastern.
Yep.
I'll be in chat as well for that because I'm not interested in watching Monkey and Satsu play Stardew Valley, so I'll be over there watching.
They changed their name. It used to be Beauty and the Beta.
Oh, it's the Matt and Blonde show now?
Yep.
Okay.
Officially.
Officially.
Yeah.
I did not realize that they must have changed it this week then.
Yeah, the last week they announced that they changed it because Blonde is now married with a child, so she's no longer the Beauty, and Matt is no longer a Beta anymore. So
Gotcha.
they were going to change the name to something more appropriate, Matt and Blonde
he
show.
he is also married. He
Well,
got-
fun.
he got
Well,
married
we've had
a
fun, guys, torturing these folks. I'm not sure that they feel the same, but if you don't believe us, listen back to the stream later, and whatever you do not watch Yearly Departed. Otherwise,
I
all of this
disagree.
will have been in vain.
I will disagree. Watch Yearly Departed. You will love it. It is amazing. 100% guarantee.
I
The
hate
only way
you.
we first is to force others to watch it.
Don't listen to Terry. He lives in a penal colony, and he's a known liar. So
So just so you know, Johnny, I just messaged Tally and I was like, "How do we take revenge on Johnny for the terrible shit he's made us watch?" And she says, "What did he make you watch, and why were you sober?" Yeah, that was the line there. Why were you sober? Was her response. I'm just like, because no one warned me.
oh, apparently. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
I sat through Cool Cat. This was nothing.
Yeah.
Apparently, Becca knows someone who's streaming at 8 p.m. Central Time. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So
Who could that be?
I wonder. No, seriously, I wonder. She said she knows someone. I don't know what she's talking about.
You know she does face cam now, right?
No, and you can ask Lindsay. We got her with one too.
Wait, huh?
Oh,
We
with
got
one
Cynical
of them.
Lindsay to watch. That was Amy Schumer, wasn't it?
I think it was Amy Schumer.
Yep.
There is some bad karma coming your way, Johnny.
Hey, I'm begging for cigarettes right now. I think I've already got my bad karma, thank you.
You're fine, Camel. You didn't do anything to me directly.
Now,
Johnny.
She is streaming. I think fairly just Becca, right?
Yeah.
Momentary hold in answer.
That's what I was saying. You know Becca does face cam now, right? Popped in the other night and she was her pretty face up on the screen. I was like, girl, you gorgeous.
Well, I think we've pretty well stuck to format, Johnny. It's taken us another 15 minutes to try and
Yep.
close this one out. So
I thought I did pretty good delaying y'all.
All right, so yeah, you guys have yourself a good day. Thank you guys for coming on and enduring this whatever you want to call it
It
mess.
was fun. Don't let anyone put you off. This was fun.
And yes, next
This
time,
is fun.
Eve, I will give you a bit of warning.
Just bring alcohol, and I'll be like, all right, good.
The first time we never tell you. Once you've been through the crucible, then when we invite you back, we're like, all right, hey, we're doing this shit again.
Well,
So
I
if
mean,
you want to
that-
get drunk beforehand, we understand.
That's when people notice the red flags. Like, hey, what are you doing later?
Yeah, I was lucky. When I watched the first one, I at least already knew it was going to be Nanette, like because we were talking about watching Nanette, and then that's where Johnny got the idea. It was like, okay, I know what to expect going in. Whereas I think other people have been blindsided. It's like, okay, this will be fun. Oh my god, what am I watching?
You know, the worst part is I watched Nanette and couldn't make the stream.
Oh,
Nothing.
well, it's good to have you back. You've been here for both the times Sarah Silverman's been on, so I feel really bad for you too, Jack.
Worse.
All right. Well, I've got to head off because Jack Gunsky has already sent me the link to the Quiplash stream. So I got to catch you guys later.
All right,
Yeah.
you guys have fun.
Okay.
And Hammer really has never watched our show. This is exactly what we do every time. But yes, bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And